And a really special moment to watch. Austin Hayes, and of course propelled with his wife Samantha, they have started to flourish in the Birdland community, finding every which way to give back. And this year that included announcing the launch of the Austin Hayes Scholarship Program. Now that's through bold.org. They pair with a lot of athletes, finding ways to give back to the community, particularly involving higher education to those who would not otherwise be able to afford it. And earlier today, announcing the winner of the first Austin Hayes Scholarship Program. We got a chance to join he and Fatima on the field before.
So in 2020, I had a major fire accident in my home, and I was in the hospital for about 2 months, and I still go through rehabilitation and surgery, and I had an occupational therapist myself over at MedStar Washington Hospital, and she's been like family to me. She helped me mentally, physically, spiritually, and she introduced me to the field, and I felt propelled to use this hardship and turn my trauma and pain into purpose.
You spoke a lot about the empathy that you found and how much they carried you through it. And you actually want to focus on women's rehabilitation, because I don't think that's what a lot of people understand is for us as females, there's a lot that we go through, especially with the impact that people place on what we look like. How big was that to know that they were actually hearing you and walking you through that, and you get to do the same?
I think for me, I grew up with a lot of women. I have 4 older sisters, so I've always had an interest in women in general. Prior to my accident, I was going to study maternal health and women's health. And then, you know, when something happens to you, it affects your appearance, your ability to do things, you know, your ability to just feel like a functioning member in society. You know, you understand, like, as a woman, there's things that we have to do that's different from men. Like, our appearance plays a lot into, you know, our livelihood and the things that we feel that are important to us and in our culture nowadays. So for me, I just feel like it's important for me as a woman going through this to kind of tell other women who may be struggling with issues that maybe are not similar, but still under the same, you know, kind of idea, you know, insecurities, body image issues, things like that, and just letting them know that it's literally not the end of the world. You know, like, it happens, things happen, and you're still beautiful no matter what, and trauma does not define you. So.
It absolutely does not, and you're going to have a big chance now. And you gave her, Austin, the chance to make this impact on other people. Tell us how it came about. We know you and your wife, Samantha, do so much already, but deciding to make such a big scholarship.
Yeah, the scholarship opportunity presented itself through bold.org and my agent, Francis Marquez. He's worked with bold.org with some other players that are in his agency, and it's nice to be able to do something like this and give back to the community that's given so much to us. And as far as the process for choosing, Sam and I actually read the essays and the bios of everyone separately, and we picked a couple of our favorite you know, participants for the scholarship, and Fatima was a pretty up there choice for both of us. And then we went back and reread, and we both just felt so moved by what she had gone through. She already had a background in what she's striving to do, and then it seemed like the trauma that she had to go through with her experiences and with the relationship she was able to build with her occupational therapist, like, I felt motivated to become an occupational therapist reading her essay, and my wife and I, you know, we just felt like it had to be her, and she deserves this so much. And not only that, she also talks about in the future what she wants to be able to do is build a women's clinic, correct me if I'm wrong, in Sierra Leone, where her family is from, and be able to provide for people that just don't have the same resources that people do here, and not just people, but women in particular. So not only looking at the scholarship for the occupational therapy, but just giving her that platform to be able to move on to the next step and being able to provide for people in Sierra Leone like she wants to do in the future.
Well, I was just going to ask, what about her essay drew you to ultimately select her? But now we have the answer. Now that you do have this under your belt here, I mean, how much are you guys trying to grow? And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the scholarship program, but I know you've got your hands in so many different community outreach programs.
Yeah, just trying to help anybody in different ways that we can. That's where it's nice to have my agent. He's been in this game for a long time, and he's been able to help different players, different organizations, different communities, help the community in different ways. Not all communities need the same thing, so just any opportunity that presents itself where I feel like we can make a difference, I'm willing and open to just be a part of that in any way that I can. And this just seemed like something that was something I really wanted to be involved in, and I'm really happy that it was Fatima.
Well, and we are so happy that it was Fatima as well. Now, you're going to have to be out here later in front of everybody taking this award. That is such an exciting opportunity for you. I mean, what have just been your thoughts about today?
Just grateful. I just feel blessed, you know, like sometimes it's a struggle every day for me, and I just like to be optimistic nowadays, you know, like I could have died and I'm here, so I'm just feeling blessed and grateful to Bold.org, to Austin, to my family, to God, to everyone here today, so I'm ecstatic.
We are ecstatic as well. Again, Fatima, the first winner of the Austin Hayes Scholarship here, and she is going to do great things, no doubt. And not only did she get to meet Austin Hayes, but just moments ago on the field, she was formally presented with her scholarship opportunity here. And Austin mentioned it earlier, she had already had that background. She has completed her first degree and a proud representative of Delta Sigma Theta, but moving on for her doctoral program, which she got to talk about a little bit. She's at GW in the first year that they have introduced one in occupational therapy. So she is splitting her time between some real world experience as well as taking classes online in a new exciting hybrid role that they have ultimately presented to students who want to move on and make a bigger difference. And it's like she said, she saw the chance to have empathy and to give back in the way that she found on days where she didn't want to keep going. Her therapists were that for her. So congratulations not only to Fatima Koroma, but the Hayes family for making the decision. It started out with Austin and his wife donating $10,000, and the Orioles Charitable Foundation decided to match that in a tremendous show of strength and pride here in the local community. And the first thing she said after she got a hug was, "I'd love for you to meet my mom." So the whole Koroma family will be taking in the game today and hopefully cheering on a win.